for ye today. Says Osborne, you're interrupting my news telling. But if you're going to interrupt me with fool questions, so be it. I saw Cripple Billy on my travels. He was sitting on the hedge bank at the bottom of Darcy Street.
And what was he doing sitting at the hedge bank?
Yeah. What does he usually be doing? He was staring at cows. Do you have any more interruptions?
I'm sorry, I'm late, Auntie Kate, Auntie Eileen.
You're interrupting me news telling, Cripple Billy.
What did the doctor say to you, Billy?
She said I had nothing on my chest but a bit of wheeze. Nothing but a bit of wheeze. I don't be calling you, don't be calling me Cripple Billy.
Why shouldn't I? Isn't your name Billy and aren't you a cripple?
I don't be calling you Johnny Hacking Mike. That news that's so boring, it bore the head up and did be so.
Boring, is it? Boring? How is this for boring news?
Well, at least you do agree it's boring news. Well, that's one thing anyway, for sure.
I tell you so. From Hollywood, California and American they are coming. Led by a Yank by the name of Robert Flaherty, who's the most richest and famous Yank there is. Coming to Inishmore they are to be making a film. Cost her $1 million. Coleman King, I already know, has been chosen to play a role in the film. And $100 a day he's on. And if Coleman King can play a role in that film, anyone can play a role in that film. Cause Coleman King is as ugly as a brick of baked shite. Little Exodus. Johnny Patine foresees of lads and lasses with the look of a movie stars about them to the big island to make their mark in America. That rules out all in this household anyway, it goes without saying, unless they're looking for cripples and ingrates. The Man of Ireland they're calling the film, and Ireland mustn't be such a bad place if Yanks want to come here to make their films. But heavy for my tea, so.
We have peas.
Peas? Peas? Peas won't go far in a grown man's tea. I'll take that bit of bacon there.
Which one? The lean one.
The lean one, aye.
Jeez, Johnny Patty, wasn't that bloody big at all.
Now, I'll have to take another look for myself, so.
Do take another look for yourself there.
Do you have any yellow melons?
We have only what you see.
I went pegging them at Father Barrett. Got him banging the gob with feckin' 4 of them.
You went pegging eggs at Father Barrett.
Aye, are you repeating me now, missus?
Sure, pegging eggs at a priest is pure against God.
Maybe it is. But if God went touching me arse in choir practice, I'd peg eggs at that fecker too.
Father Barrett went touching your behind in choir practice.
Not my behind. Me arse, missus, me arse. You'll be picking, talking, having your bollocks kicked for you if you back talk me again, you feck.
And why do you think they'd want you in the film in Helen?
Sure, look at as pretty as I am. If I'm pretty enough to get clergymen groping me arse, shouldn't be too hard to wrap fellow fellas round me fingers.
Sure, getting clergymen groping your arse doesn't take much skill. And then pretty to go for either. It's more be on your own and small.
If it's been on your own and small, why so with Billy never had his arse groped by priests?
You don't know if Billy never got his ass groped.
Have you ever had your arse groped by priests, Cripple Billy?
No.
No. You with your feckin' telescopes. You're always throwing telescopes into the feckin' conversations.
In America, they do have a great array of telescopes. You can see a worm a mile away.
And how much do these telescopes cost?
$12 for a good one.
So you were telling me you paid $12 to find out worms were wriggling?
I would, I.
You haven't got 12 hairs on your bollocks, let alone $12.
I don't have $12 on my bollocks, no. You're right there. I saw no sin. Don't tell it. Oh! Oh, you hurt me ribs there.
Feck your ribs, using that kind of feckin' language on me, huh?
Oh, he's saying he's sailing to Inishmore, Helen. He's no boss.
Sure, Bobby's bringing us in his boat tomorrow.
Are you paying him?
Only in kisses or a hold of his hand, or I hope it's only his hand I'll be holding. Although, I've heard it's a big one. Jim Finnegan's daughter was telling me that girl knows everybody's. I'd swear she keeps a chart for herself.
She doesn't know mine.
What do you want to be coming for?
To be in the filming.
You! Oh, I shouldn't laugh at you, Billy. Oh, but I will.
I see you're getting your cut-up ready, Bobby.
I am, Johnny Patty.
Are you getting your cut-up ready, so?
Didn't I just say I was getting my currach ready?
Did I? So you're getting your cut-up ready? All spick and span you're getting it. All ready and prepared, like. All ready for a trip or something. That's a nice 14, that is. A nice 14 for tripping. And it's even more nice now that you've got it nice and prepared for yourself. All ready and willing. Hey?
If it's a question you have for me, Johnny Patty, go ahead and ask me the question, and you'll be baiting around the bush like some stupid fool of an Egypt school child.
I have no question to be asking you. If Johnny Patine has a question to ask, he comes out and asks it. No baiting around the bush with Johnny Patine, Mike. I was only commenting on how nice your currach was, how ready and prepared it was, all ready for a trip or something.
Who's that shuffling of the stones there?
It's Billy Craven, Bobby.
I should have guessed Welsh shuffles.
No one else, I suppose.
Are your aunties not worried that you're out this late, Billy?
They'd be more worried if they knew that I snuck out on them, Bobby.
You shouldn't sneak out on aunties, Cripple Billy, even if they are funny aunties.
Do you think I did for the aunties, Bobby?
Well, I saw your Auntie Kate talk just down there one time.
And she shouts at me for staring at the cows, she does.
I wouldn't hold up staring at cows as a highest sanity, Cripple Billy. What did you hear tell about Helen Barclay's travelling?
Helen told me.
Jesus, I told Helen I'd give her a punch if she let anyone in that news.
And I hear she's paying you with kisses.
She is, and so I didn't want paying at all. It was Helen insisted on that clause.
Wouldn't you want to kiss Helen, Bobby?
Ah, she makes me awful scared. She's awful fierce. Why, would you like to kiss Helen?
I can't see Helen ever wanting to kiss a boy like me now. Can you, Bobby?
No.
But yes, you bring them a Cormac's without any payment at all.
I would have. Sure, I wouldn't mind having a look at this filming myself. And what's the harm in bringing a few passengers along?
Will you bring me as a passenger, Bobby?
No.
Why, no.
I've no room.
Sure, you've plenty of room.
A crippled fella's bad luck in a boat. Everyone knows that.
Since we no.
Since Putty and Larry took the crippled fella on a boat and it sank.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, Bobby.
And if he wasn't a cripple, he had a bad leg under him anyway.
You're just prejudiced against cripples, so you are.
I'm not at all prejudiced against cripples. I did kiss a cripple girl there one time. Not alone was she crippled, she was disfigured too. I was drunk when this happened. But you're not spoiled for pretty girls in Antrim.
Have you been laying off the drink, Mrs. O'Dougall?
Did you hear me question, Doctor?
I did hear your question, but aren't I trying to examine your mother without your fool questions?
Full question, is it?
Have you been laying off the drink, Mrs. O'Dougal, I said?
Yeah, she has a pint of porter every now and then. It does her no harm. No harm at all. It's good for you.
So long as you keep it at a pint of porter is the main thing.
And a couple of whiskies now and then. Wasn't I just saying not to mention the whiskies, you lump?
How often is now and then?
Yeah, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. After breakfast sometime. Ah, Jesus, breakfast. Although I do prefer the poteen.
But you don't get given poteen.
No, I don't even get poteen, no. No. Only on special occasions.
And what qualifies as a special occasion?
A Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday. Anyway, as you're here, Doctor, what's all this about Cripple Billy? He wouldn't be in a terrible way now, would he? Maybe something life-threatening, must be something awful serious if we're going to be writing letters to him.
Have you ever heard of a thing called doctor-patient confidentiality, Johnny Patine?
I have, and I think it's a great thing. Now tell me what's wrong with Cripple Billy.
One of these days I'm going to cut open that head of yours and find there's nothing inside there at all.
Don't be changing the subject, you. Tell me what's wrong. Unless there's a clue to the subject. There's something in his head. A brain tumour. He has a brain tumour.
I wasn't aware.
Oh, doctor, tell me it was a brain tumour. That'd be great news. Woohoo, that'd be great news.
I'm off home. I'd like to thank you for wasting my precious time. But before I go, I will say one more thing. And that is, I don't know where you got your information this time about Cripple Billy. Because usually it's such accurate information you do have.
Polio. Polio, is it polio, doctor?
Apart from the deformities, which he has had since birth, there's nothing the matter with Billy Craven. And you do well not to go spreading foolish gossip about him.
TB! TB, is it TB? Don't, where are you going? Don't be hogging all the news, you! You bugger! We'll see if Cripple Billy is in such fine health that rode to Inishmore on a freezing morning as he did this day will do him no harm. Ah! Aye! A feckin'. Didn't that get her running back quick? Like a cat with a worm up her arse. You and your shitey arse news. Me news ain't shitey arse. Me news is great news. Did you hear the latest? Pat Brennan's cat has gone missing and Jack Early's goose has gone missing. I suppose something terrible has happened. I hope something terrible has happened. Even though you're my only son, I'll say this, Johnny Patine. Oh, you're the most boringest fecker in Ireland. And there's plenty competition for that feckin' post.
Kind-hearted you are. I'm actually ashamed to admit that we're related sometimes.
It doesn't hurt to be too kind-hearted.
Does this hurt?
No!
Does this hurt?
No!
Does this hurt?
I better say yes before you go any further.
You should have said yes on the armpit. Would have been using your brain.
I should have said yes, but you should have broken a leg on me.
Now we'll never know.
You're just a terror around eggs, you.
I do like pegging eggs on fellas.
I guess that somehow.
Or would you classify you as a fella? Isn't that going a bit overboard?
Why does runny eggs don't smell, but boiled eggs do smell?
Oh, jeez. I don't know why, Bartley, and I don't care why.
Runny eggs, because you look like one of those raggedy-looking widow women waiting on the rocks for the rascal who never returns to her.
That sentence has an awful lot of oars in it.
It wasn't something on top of it, on top of the oars.
You've got an awful cocky for a fella with egg running down his gob.
Well, there comes a time in every Irishman to stand up against these oppressors.
Was it Michael Collins said that?
Someone those fat ones in.
Hey, do you want to play England versus Ireland?
I don't know how to play England versus Ireland.
Okay, you be Ireland, you stand here, close your eyes.
And what you do?
I be England.
Oh, that wasn't a very nice thing to do.
I haven't finished yet.
And that wasn't a very nice thing to do at all, Helen.
I was giving you a lesson on Irish history, Bartley.
I don't need a lesson in Irish history. And anyway, now after just washing my hair.
There'll be a lot worse casualties than eggy hair before Ireland's a nation once again, Bartley McCormack.
And look at me jumper.
I know, it has egg on it.
I know well it has egg in it. I know damn well. And I was going to wear this to the flying the film tomorrow night. Would you put paint to that idea, haven't you?
Ma'am, I fear I'm no longer for this world. Ma'am, I can hear the wail of the banshees calling for me as far as I am from my barren island home. A barren island home, but proud and generous of it. But yet, I left you all alone, tinned up alone and dying in this $1 roaming house, without a mother to wipe the cold sweat off me, nor a father to curse the dead over me, nor a colleague fair to wipe the tears off my still body. I often wonder, Mammy, would they let cripple boys into heaven? Because, they wouldn't want to go uglifying the place, 'Twas in all Ireland this young man died. 'Twas in all Ireland this young man lay. For all the people that do pass by, may God have mercy on the croppy boy. It is only to sleep I'm going to, Mammy. It is only to sleep I'm going to, Mammy.
What's this that's happening?
What does it look like is happening?
And they catching a shack, missus, and a big shack.
Are they?
Shut up, you, and drink.
I will, goosey. That's a big fish.
Tis a shark.
Tis a what?
A shark, a shark.
Have you forgotten what a shark is? On top of talking to stones.
It's mostly off America you get shacks, and a horse of shacks. And so close to the shore sometimes he comes, you wouldn't need a telescope to see him. Oh no.
Telescopes, Jesus.
It's rare you see a shack off Ireland. This is the first time I've seen a shack off Ireland.
Well, it mustn't be such a bad place if shacks want to come here.
Not a word from him.
Is Stoney off again? She is. Hey, Stoney!
Ah, leave her alone, Helen.
Are they ever going to be catching this second shark? And how are they being at it now, it seems?
3 minutes, be more accurate.
And if it was me had a role in this film, that fecker wouldn't last as long. One good clobber, you'd all go home.
Good clobber raised Darcy's axe, I suppose.
Hey, cut the axe talk, you.
What's that Johnny Patine hears?
Ah,
Doesn't shack clobbering take a sight more effort than cat dissecting?
just you wait till I feckin' get you home. Just you wait. Of course it hurts. Suppose the feckin' hurts.
Helen,
I'll leave back you alone there now.
Up your arse, Bob Bennett. You feckin' kiss maker, you. Do you wanna...
Why don't they leave the poor shark alone? They do no harm.
What another story is there in leaving sharks alone? You want a dead shark?
Dead shark, aye. A shark with no ears in it.
A dead shark, aye. And a shark kissing green-teethed girls for anthem.
You want a belt mentioning green-teethed girls here?
Well, you interrupted myself and my nanny shark a bit.
I didn't know Jesus could drive.
You've gone loopy, mister. Haven't you gone loopy?
I haven't gone loopy.
You have. Your stone was telling me earlier.
What did my stone say?
Hear that one earlier. What did me stone say?
Of course, Kate's gone loopy, Helen, with that poor Gossor that she loved and raised for 16 years, preferring to take his TB to Hollywood for his time, rather than bear being the company of her.
What? Didn't I say it here? Didn't I say it here?
Don't they have a right to know that their dying foster baby stabbed them in the back without a boy or a leaf?
Can't you keep anything to yourself?
Johnny Patine, Mike, is not a man for secrets.
Well, see if you can keep this baiting a secret.
Jesus! You frightened my manny, Bobby, Betty. You frightened my manny.
You won't, Bobby. Give him a good beating for yourself.
That's the last omelette you eat in my house, you bitch.
Carrot omelets don't go anyways.
You were never that adventurous. Never, you bitch.
Thank Christ that's over. A pile of feckin' shite.
And not a telescope to be seen either.
I'm sorry about the letter business, Doctor, but it was the only avenue that was left open to me.
It's avenues now, do you hear?
There's always big talk with from America they arrive home from.
Oh, stop avenues, I don't know.
Aunties, I think the doctor might be liking a cup of tea. Would you both go and get her one, please?
If it's getting rid of us, you're after, Billy. All you have to do is say it.
It's getting rid of me, I am.
So it was the TV after all.
Johnny Patine, will you ever stop listening at doors?
God save us. But I'm sure God sent the TB to cripple Billy for claiming he had TB, and even he had no TB, and making Johnny Patine's nose seem unreliable.
God doesn't send people TB, Johnny Patine.
He does send people TB.
No, he does not.
He sent the Egyptians boils is just as bad.
Well, boils are very different to tuberculosis, Johnny Patine. And no, God did not send the Egyptians boils.
In Egyptian times.
He did not.
Well, he said something to the feckin' Egyptians.
He killed their firstborn sons.
Aye, he killed their firstborn and dropped toads on their heads, aye. There's a boy that knows his scripture. Did you tell your aunties about the TB at Cripple Billy?
No, and you're not going to tell them either.
Why shouldn't I? Isn't it my job to tell them?
It's not your job to tell them. Don't you have enough news for one day? Can you just do me this favour, please, once in your lifetime, Johnny Paddy?
For once in my life, is it? I won't tell them so.
Right, have the doctor's tea.
The doctor is gone.
Without her tea.
Evidently.
Hey, don't you go big wording me again.
I'll take the doctor's tea if it'll avoid a family feud. Johnny Patine, Mike, he goes out of his way to help people. Aye? Do you have any biscuits, missus?
You're changing the subject, Johnny Paddy.
I'm not changing the subject. I want a few biscuits.
We've no biscuits.
I bet you have a rake of biscuits. What's up on the shelves behind them peas?
More peas?
You buy far too many peas. A fella can't be having peas with his tea unless he's an odd fella. And nobody can accuse Johnny Patine Mike of being odd. Oh no.
You're not going to tell him, Maria.
It was on the sands I met them that night, staring into the black. One water was roaring, and I wouldn't have thought little more of it if I hadn't seen the bag of stones tied to their arms as they heaved it onto the boat. An old hemp sack there like that one it was. They handed you to me, and they set sail for waters deep.
So they did kill themselves over me.
They killed themselves, aye, but not for the reasons you think. You think they wanted to get away from you.
What else, sure?
They were told that you'd be for dying if they didn't get to the regional hospital and the medicine down. £100 or more was the cost of the treatment. They had nothing like £100. Now I know, you know that it was the death insurance that paid for the treatment that saved you. But do you know, on the same day I met you on the sands, was the same day they took out the insurance policy. Your mum and your dad.
So it was for me they killed themselves.
The insurance paid out a week later, and you were given the all clear before a month was up.
So they did love me, in spite of everything.
They did love you, Billy, because of everything.
Now, Billy, Cripple Billy, isn't that news?
Just come to look at Billy's wounds. They're deep.
Hello, Helen.
You look a feckin' fool in all that get-up, Cripple Billy.
That hurts so it does, Helen.
Don't be such a feckin' girl, Cripple Billy. How was America?
Oh, fine.
Did you see any girls there as pretty as me?
Not a one.
Or almost as pretty as me?
Oh, not a one.
Or 100 times less pretty than me?
Well, maybe a couple now. Not a one, I mean. How do you have to be so violent, Helen?
I do have to be so violent. I'd be taken advantage of otherwise.
Sure, nobody's taken advantage of you since you were the age of 7.
6 is nearer the mark. I ruptured a curate at 6.
So maybe you might tone down the violence a small bit, Helen.
You're right. I could. And the day after, I could shove a bent spike up my arse. Who was it I was kissing so?
Mostly the stable boys that could do an American accent.
Bastards! Couldn't you have warned me?
I was going to, but you seem to be enjoying it too much.
Did you get a decent kiss off the stable boy? I probably would go stepping out with one, if it wasn't for the smell of pig shite to get off them.
Would I miss the food? The peas and the praties. The peas and the praties. The peas and the praties. No, I wouldn't miss them, Helen. Then I was thinking, would I miss the people?
Is this speech going on for more long?
I'm nearly finished. What was my last bit? You put me off again.
Would I miss the people?
Yeah. Would I miss the people? Well, I'd miss me aunties. I'd miss me aunties. Well, I wouldn't miss Babby Bobby with his lead stick. Or Johnny Patty Mike with his dark news. or any of the boys at school who used to laugh at me, or any of the girls that used to cry if I even spoke to them. Thinking about it, Helen, if Inishmann fell into the sea tomorrow, and everything and everybody fell into it, Helen, you know, there's nobody I miss, Helen. Nobody is except you, Helen. What I was trying to build up to was...
Oh, was you building up for something, Cripple Billy?
Yes, but you keep interrupting
Oh,
me.
build up ahead, so, come on.
Look, what I was building up to, Helen, there comes a time in every man's life when he has to put his heart into his hands and make it go for something, even though he knows there's a million chance of him not getting it. But he still has to make a go for it. Sure, why else would we be alive? So what I was thinking was, Helen, and you know, look, I know great shakes to look at, but what I was thinking was, Helen, do you know, maybe in a week or two or something, you know, maybe you might go out walking with me.
What would I want to go out walking with a crippled boy for? Sure, it isn't out walking you'd be anyway. It'd be out shuffling, because you can't walk. I'd have to be waiting for you every 5 yards. What would you and me be out shuffling for? Alright, so, I will go out walking with you. But only someplace no fecker will see us, and when it's dark, and no kissing or groping. I don't want you ruining me fecking reputation.
Okay, so Helen,
Or not much kissing or groping.
would tomorrow suit?
Sure, tomorrow wouldn't at all suit. Isn't it Bartley's feckin' birthday tomorrow?
Oh, is it? What did you get him, Helen?
I got him. And for the life of me, I don't know why. Because now that fecker will never stop going on about it. Or at least won't stop. She'll give him a big thump in the face for himself. And even then he probably won't stop. But didn't I go and get the fecker telescope?
Ah, that was awful nice out of you, Helen.
Must be getting soft in me old age, Cripple Billy.
I think so, Helen.
Do you?
I do.
Do you really, Billy?
I do, Helen.
Does this feel soft, huh?
No, that doesn't feel soft at all, Helen.
Good though. I see you there for tomorrow for a feckin' walk, so.